Okay, let's jump right in. The internet is going through a massive shift. And search is right at the heart of it. We're going to be talking about a brand new idea, a proposed standard that could finally give website owners a real say in this new age of AI. So let me ask you a question, and it is a big question. If you own a website, all that content that you've worked so hard on, all the articles, the data, the expertise, is it being used to power AI models without you even knowing? The answer is almost certainly yes. And here's the real problem. Search isn't just a list of 10 blue links anymore. It's becoming a conversation. AI scrapes your content, synthesizes it, and it gives a user a nice, neat answer. Of course, that sounds great, right? Except the user never has to click on a link. That user never visits your website, which of course means you lose that web traffic. You lose that credit, and you might even lose the revenue. So this brings us to the first big point we need to unpack. We have to really understand just how fundamentally AI is rewriting the rulebook for search. This right here shows that shift perfectly. We are moving away from the classic 10 blue links world, where the entire goal of SEO was to get that click. We are now moving into a new world of what some people are calling generative engine optimization, or GEO. And in this world, a win might mean that your content just powers a zero-click answer. It's a completely different game. So in response to this crazy new world, a new idea has started to bubble up. So let's get into it. What exactly is llms.txt? Honestly, the easiest way to wrap your head around llms.txt is to just think of it as robots text for the AI. We all know robots text tells regular search crawlers where they can and can't go. Well, llms.txt is designed to do a similar thing, but for the AI from places like OpenAI, which is ChatGPT, Google, and Anthropic. Here's another way to think about it that I really like. It's a map. You're giving the AI a curated map of your website. You're not just putting up a bunch of signs. You're actively pointing to your best, most valuable content and saying, hey, the good stuff is over here. And this table just lays it out so clearly. You've got robots.txt, robots text, which is all about control. You have sitemaps XML, which is for discovery by those exact same crawlers. But llms.txt, it has a totally new purpose. And that purpose is guidance. It's a new tool built for a new audience. Okay, so how does this thing actually work? Let's get into the practical side of it. And don't worry, it is more straightforward than you probably think. It's actually super simple, just like robots text. This is just a plain text file. You create it and you drop it into the root of your domain. That's it. That's step one. The commands inside are going to look pretty familiar to you. You'll use user agents to name the bot that you're trying to talk to, and then you'll use disallow or allow to tell it what to do. You can see some of the big AI user agents like GPTbot for OpenAI, which is ChatGPT, Google Extended for Google. Now, there is also a bigger, more powerful version being talked about called llms-full.txt. And if llms.txt is the map to your website, then llms-full.txt is like handing AI the entire book. It's not just links. It actually contains the full text of your key articles, which allows for a much deeper, much faster understanding by the large language models. All right, so we've covered the what and the how. But now it is time for a very important reality check. Where does the new standard actually stand today in the real world? So the crucial number you need to remember is 0. Yep, that's right. As of right now, there is 0 official, universally adopted support for llms.txt. And that includes all the big guys. It is not an enforced web standard. And that is absolutely critical to understand before you go any further. And you know, this quote from Google's John Mueller, even though it was a personal comment, it really captures the skepticism out there. He compared it to the old meta keywords tag. Remember that? That was something people spent tons of time on, which in the end, it really didn't do anything. So this means you really have to think of llms.txt as a negotiation layer. It's not a fortress wall that can physically stop bots. It's more like a sign that you're holding up that signals your preferences. But there is absolutely no guarantee that every AI model out there is going to listen. So let's just bust a few quick myths. Myth number 1, it's going to hurt your normal SEO. The fact is, there is no evidence at all that llms.txt affects Google SEO or Bing SEO or the way that either of those search engines actually index content. Myth 2, it is the same as robots text. And of course, the answer is no, it is not. It serves a completely different purpose for a completely different audience. And the biggest myth, it blocks everything. The fact is, it's a suggestion, and not everybody is going to honor it. Okay, so with that reality check firmly in mind, how should you approach all of this? What it all boils down to is making a strategic choice based on your goals. So who needs to be paying attention? Well, marketers for one, who need to protect their conversion funnels. SEO professionals who are trying to get ahead of this new GEO curve. Publishers who need those site visits for ad revenue. And of course, legal teams who want to make a clear statement about content rights. This all comes down to a real important strategic trade-off. You might want to allow AI to access your blog post and your educational content. Your goal there is to maximize your brand's reach in these new AI answers. But you should probably disallow access to things like your ad landing pages or your gated content, where that direct visit from a human is absolutely essential to your business. Ultimately, this is where we are at. The relationship between us, the content creators, and the AIs, it's a negotiation. It's not a command. llms.txt is just one of the very first tools being built for that negotiation. So the real question I'll leave you with is this: is your content ready to have that conversation? To explore more on this topic or get help with your marketing strategy, visit MediaOnQ.com. Until next time, I'm Carlos Quintero, CEO at MediaOnQ. Thank you for watching.